Well, it's been a crazy weekend, and there is more Spicy Fox news. Unfortunately, the ongoing, I would say, smear campaign, and I think it's fair to call it a smear campaign, is ongoing. And the newest development is that a sponsored partner by the name of In-Game Studios, the developer of Crime Boss Rockay City, which I've never heard of and would never have heard of if it wasn't for Kirsche, and I think that's true of 95% of their player base, dropped her because she alleges Reddit users leaned on the company to disassociate with her over politics. Now, she alleges this is immaterial. The fact of the matter is that clearly people are leaning on these companies. This is how cancel culture works. Someone doesn't like someone, they create a campaign, or they just email and they say, hey, look, I think you maybe might want to look at this person. I don't think they're good for your brand. I don't think they're going to be good for your company. I think these things are going to go badly for you if you continue to associate with this person, if you continue to platform them, to pay them. Now, the problem with this is, of course, look, this is how these people are making money. This is how they are living their lives. This is their livelihood. And doing anything to take away someone's livelihood is really pretty close to physical violence. Like, I would say basically the same thing, just a degree of difference in terms of how remote you are from the person. You are absolutely affecting this person as much, if not more so, than any kind of, physical assault. All right? Physical assault, you get a black eye from it. Maybe you spend a day in the hospital. You don't have to suffer for months worrying about if you're going to be able to pay your rent, if you're going to get kicked out, if you're not going to be able to eat. So the idea that these campaigns don't affect people in a serious, significant way is obviously false. I don't even know if anyone even alleges that. However, there are apparently a couple totally fine targets for these things. And VTubers, for whatever reason, seem to collect those targets much faster and easier than other people. I think some of it might have to do with just like the anonymity, the fact that, it's not a human face, and therefore you can't look at that person and go, I'm ruining a person's life. It's like, no, I'm ruining an anime fox girl that doesn't exist's life. But guess what? Yeah, there's a real person behind that. And unfortunately, the mob of people, and I don't even think it's a mob, I think it's probably like 6 people who are just really loud and know how to do these things. Unfortunately, they have her in their sights. Now, the good news with this is that the hashtag IStandWithFoxu is trending. Now, obviously, I couldn't find out who exactly started this. I don't know if it was Kirsche. I don't know if it was Stuttering Craig, Side Scrollers podcast. I'm not totally sure, but it's looking good. And obviously, this was always going to be the case. She's in the right. People can see that. The general cultural direction that we're heading in is against cancel culture, against the sort of, super politicized woke mob type thing. And yeah, this chart shows it pretty good. Guess what? Rockay City, yeah, you're kind of toasted now. It's not a great look for you. And to be honest, what was the good outcome here? I'm gonna drop this person, and they're just gonna, oh yeah. Okay, good, cool. These 5 or 6 people that don't like her are going to not leave bad reviews on my game. They're not going to play it because they were never going to play this game. But what is the good outcome here? Look, the only outcome for any of these things is basically go, look, I stand by this person. I did this thing. Maybe it was a mistake. But the best thing that I can do is just actually stand up straight, address it as it comes, and go, yeah, you know what? I did it. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to stand by it. And I'll say it's wrong if it's wrong. I'll say it's right if it's right. But to kind of just cave, it doesn't get you any credit from anybody involved. And it makes you look weak. It makes you look cowardly. And guess what? The next time something like this happens, you're that much easier to fold because the crease is already there. Okay. So folding you again, it's going to be much easier, both as a company and as a person. This holds true for all aspects of life. Okay. You kind of need to stand up straight to just exist in the world, and especially in this type of thing. And I think it's a good thing that people are standing up for this person. I don't know her. I don't know her. Full disclosure, I don't know this person. Never met, never talked, in no way, shape, or form associated with her. I don't even think I've ever mentioned, I don't even think I've watched any of her streams. But you can see when these things are happening and they are undeserved. They are manifested out of the ether because some of these people are jealous. And I understand that. Look, jealousy is a completely normal, natural human emotion. But when you then push it on other people and you say, hey, instead of I'm jealous, I'm envious, I'm going to use that to motivate myself to step up my game. Instead, you say, I'm going to tear that person down. I'm going to take this YouTuber, I'm going to take this comic book character, I'm going to take this writer, whatever, and the way that I'm going to get on their level is to pull them down to mine and then stamp on them, stomp on them until they're below me. I'm not any better. They're just worse. The world gets worse by that. No one's life is improved by that kind of behavior. And I'm glad it's horrible that it's happening to, Kirsche. But I'll be honest, for me, from my perspective, it does look like this stuff is on the decline because people are not taking it anymore. They're sick of it. And we see enough of these things happening that we can say, no, you know what? If this happens to this person, it can happen to me. And I don't want it to happen to me. So guess what? We're standing up. We're not letting this happen anymore. And again, you just go through the tweets. Just, a lot of these people are like, just nobodies. I don't want to say nobodies. They're obviously people, but, they're not large personalities. They're just people that go, look, I'm on Twitter for fun, for a little bit of information. And you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm happy to say that I stand with this person. I stand with this anti-cancel culture movement. And if that means, I get a couple of crazy people in my replies, so be it. I will take that mental stress because it is stressful to deal with those things. I will take it and I will hopefully make it make me stronger. That's a good deal. I'm happy about it. Again, hopefully this person, hopefully Kirsche, is okay after this. I think she will be. I don't think this is going to, break her or break any of these people involved with this. Hopefully something good comes out of it. And, she can get some sponsors that, again, are aware of these things and that don't cave to these outside pressures. And we get better companies as a result of this that are not pressured by a weird vocal minority that just have, some sociopathic, urge to pull other people down because it makes them feel strong and powerful. And it fills a hole for them. Hopefully that's the case. With that being said, good luck in all your endeavors. I stand with Foxu. I do. I stand with this. This will be my first tweet in 6 months. I think it's a good one to break my fast on. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good luck in all your endeavors. Farewell for now.